How's it going, guys? Welcome to this full armory build for the new Warno Landjut Danish divisions. In these videos, I'll be covering every single unit in the armory for the Jyske Danish division and the Øster Landkommando Danish division, arriving in the Landjut expansion. So yeah, thanks to Eugen for giving me early access to this. Let's just get straight into it. This Danish mechanized infantry division relies on older generation armoured vehicles for its punching power. Air cover is plentiful, as are its artillery and infantry forces. And the Royal Danish Army's largest, and one of the few standing formations during the Cold War, was the Jyske Division, or Jutland Division. Raised in 1951 and headquartered in Fredericia, the Hæren formation was part of Western Command and was to be transferred to NATO's Landjut in case of war. The small Danish army would rely on the Jyske division to guard the Jutland Peninsula from enemy invasion, including supporting its West German allies in Schleswig-Holstein. Likely slow to mobilise, the Jyske division in the late 1980s amounted to 3 mechanised brigades and 1 artillery brigade, plus several independent battalions. The Jyske division deploys the capable Panzer Infantry mechanized infantry, Ingenieur combat engineers, and motorized infantry Panave squads, supported by heavily armed Jager special forces. Sorry, Danish people. Transports available include the Bedford M2JP trucks, M113A1, and Laro jeeps. Second generation Leopard 1 DK main battle tanks plus the upgraded Leopard 1 A5 DK provide armour support, further backed by older Centurion Mark 5s with their original 20-pounder tank guns and modernised M41 DK1 Recon tanks. Other noteworthy units are the M113A1 Punmuk, a Danish modified APC with the Oerlikon 25mm autocannon, the PVH Fennec helicopter, there it is, and the Home Guard's SEP VLK long-range recon squads. The Royal Danish Air Force protects the skies with both the F-16A in a variety of loadouts and the iconic Swedish-made Saab 35 Draken. So we'll go through every single unit in the armory. If you want to see the other div, that'll be linked in the description, right? Channel members get it when the NDA drops. Everybody else can just wait like 12 hours because I can't release all the videos at once because YouTube doesn't recommend them to people. It's because of the money. It's because of the money, right? I like money, but no, it's because it's because of the money. Anyway, this is a Laro Jeep in the Logi tab. It's a Land Rover, right? It's very. Everybody's seen these before. It's just now it's Danish. So 80 points, 3 availability. Then we've got nice cheapo CVs, 40 points, 2 availability. So I really like these. Obviously we'll swing back, but I definitely want one of those. Then we've got a Bedford Supply, which is, it's in the British divs, but this is in the Danish camo. And then the Jupiter, which I think is also in the game in like the Belgians maybe, or the Dutch. But here it is in Danish camo. 50 points, 1500. It's worth noting every single supply card in the game carries 6,000 supply in total, which I don't really agree with. Apart from like the fob and some other weird ones, but, for the most part. And so yeah, big supply, small supply, but no like tiny supply. So we'll get at least 2 cards of supply, right? Infantry. So we've got the standard MMG team. So here they are in their beautiful Danish camouflage. So yeah, that's a stat clone of what's already in the game. And then you've got a 50 cal, which is also stat clone of the American one, but here it is in Danish livery, and the Laro it's the Dutch Rover basically, and it goes at 90, 100, so that's nice. Then we've got Military Politi, who are a 4-man military police squad. This is very normal to have a 4-man military police squad. And we've got the Military Politi car, right? And then we've got Panzerveine Skeeter. It's an anti-tank squad, right? 2 Carl Gustavs. They've got 2 SMGs, which is a pain. The SMGs kind of make them worse. But yeah, it's like tank hunters that the Canadians get, but worse, because they've got the SMGs. Having said that, I think they might be cheaper. They might be the same price. I can't be bothered looking it up. Okay, fine. Tank hunter. No, see, they're 30. Why are these 35? 17 is now blue. Why do they keep changing that? Why is that blue? Anyway, yeah, so they're actually just the same. I didn't realize tank hunters also had 2 Sterlings. So yeah, they're just the same. Anyway, back to this. Yes. Then we've got Engineer. I'm sorry, Danish people. I really am. They made Lego. Did you know they made Lego? And then we've got yeah. So this is Carl Gustav HE. So there were people in my comment section saying, look, the Danes used Carl Gustav HE, and I forwarded your concerns to the developer, and now there is Carl Gustav HE. Now, it wasn't, there were also other factors at play, other people raising similar concerns, but let's just skip that out. You personally were responsible for this, Green Goblin DK. Good job. But no, it was part of it, right? It was part of a body of arguments. Anyway, so this is good against infantry, which is very, very, very cool. Our first infantry AT team. These are very common in war, and this is the first one we've got in Warno. And it has demolition, which means that it ignores cover. So this is very good against infantry and buildings, because something like 13 is green now. Why do they keep doing this? Anyway, so it'll ignore cover in buildings, which is very important. Because if you look at like this, I don't think this ignores cover. It might do, actually. But okay, so this, for example, 0.35 HE, but it'll get halved if the enemy's in a building. This won't. So you're going to kill them. They're going to get hurt. Admittedly, long reload time. Then we've got laws plus satchels, so this reminds you of the ones in the Polish division, which get Komars and satchels, so this is better, right? Now, admittedly, the Danish engineer squads don't really synergize, because this can't shoot well while moving, right? It's only 5% accuracy, and this can't shoot at all while moving, and you have to run up to people to drop your satchels on them, so that is a problem. Compared to something like the British ones, which get, L85 LSWs, or the American ones, some of which get SAWs. Anyway, so we're definitely bringing this, right? Infantry Penave. Yeah, let's just keep going. So, CV, another CV. So these guys have red eyes, which is not very good. Then we've got Panzer Infantry, which are they're very, very similar to the Dutch one, actually. Panzer Infantry. Yeah, so we could just show you the Dutch one. Panzer Infantry, and then we got Panzer Infantry. They're actually identical. No, wait. The Danish one gets 8 guys and costs the same price. Now, admittedly, this isn't early access, right? So they might change the price. But right now, it's just slightly better than the Dutch one. But it comes in a worse transport, right? And it's obviously it's open to change. But if this was 45, to be honest, I think it should probably be 45. But whatever. So yes, lots and lots and lots of cards of those. Wow, you can really deck it out. Blimey. Obviously, I don't recommend that, but it is possible. Then you've got some Jaeger, who are airborne forward deployed in 100 kilometers an hour transport, and they've got a DMR, not a full-powered sniper rifle, sadly. Strange, actually. That looks like a... Oh, it is just 7. Is it bolt action? No. No, looks like a semi-auto. Well, it is what it is. Nice squad. Good at the start of the game. You definitely want that. I'd probably bring 2 cards. And then ITOs, but no TOTUs, no, Milans or whatever. So yeah, we'll get the ITO, and we'll get some MMGs, and we might as well get the tank. I mean, we've got lots and lots of slots here, so we'll get 2 cards of that. Like, we can always, circle back. Like, maybe this is where we should put most of our CVs. So 3 guys, but 3 availability is, in my opinion, probably better than a red eye. We don't really have any sort of line infantry, so between the Panzer... that's an anti-tank squad. Between these two, the Penave guys, Well, I mean, yeah, I want at least one card of the Penave guys because they're cheaper, even though, obviously the SMG and the worse AT is a problem. Why is this green now? Um, and then, yeah, at least some line infantry. Obviously, we've got plenty of engineers, right? It's a shame there's only one card of the one with the Carl Gustav, but there it is. And we'll see. Maybe I don't want to fill that 3-pointer, right? This is a cool squad, though, right? So we got a 5,000 meter range mortar, okay, and a self-propelled one's what you always want, really. And that's 4 availability. And then we've got 155 millimeter. It looks a bit different. It's got a cope cage on it. That's what the difference is, right? It's the cope cage. I don't know what this is for, really. Maybe it's to store extra ammo or something. Store the soldiers' belongings. Anyway, what you really want is the 203s, right? You want the 203s, but you only get one card, so that's sad. This is obviously a lot cheaper, and it goes further, but you got to tow it around for the whole game. But yeah, we'll probably leave it like that. 203s, and like maybe these are good now because with Landjut they're gonna do an artillery rework. They told me I could show off these units in these two divisions, and as you can see, some of that appears to be happening. Anyway, this is like the one off Berlin command, but better because it's got more pen. Like, it is just better. This is the chance of hitting once in the first salvo. I don't know, I'll probably leave that at no vet, just so we can get as many out as possible. Then you've got an Ito Jeep, very normal, very typical. A tow 2-1 with 1 armor and smoke, and a tow 2, but mediocre stealth and a 50 cal, like that might actually be pretty useful. The Centurion Mark 5s with the old quickfire 20 pounder from World War II British fame. Want at least one card of those. Like, they've got smoke and they've got 50 cal, so that's interesting. Coax is an MMG though. And then the Mark V2 has more pen, costs more. So we'll get one card of that. I mean, obviously we're going through it, right? Leopard 1 DK, 18 pen, 1925 range. Interesting. So that is different to the other Leopard ones we have. So basically it's got the same ammo as the 1A5. Because it goes up by +1 for every 175 meters closer you get to the enemy. But it's not got the better gun, right? So it's the fire control system's worse, so less accuracy, less range. So you obviously want this, but you only get one card. And then these, honestly, at 2 vet, are probably really not bad at the start of the game. But there's a lot of compression here, right? So like this, from your best tank to your worst tank is only a difference of 50 points. So I couldn't give you, detailed explanation on which one you should be bringing, right? Is it worth 15 extra points for 1 more pen? Is it worth 15 extra points for 1 more pen? Admittedly, the accuracy is better, but it's worse against infantry, and it's got less armor. It is a lot faster, though, 55 versus 35 kilometers an hour. And you do notice the speed when you're using them. But, I mean, you can only bring one card of this, so... Yeah, we'll have that as a starting block. But these are 3-pointers, that's pretty heavy. Recon. So we got Spedura. They told me not to show you the MPR M67 unit, so I'm just not going to show you that. Sent me a message about it, so okay, you're not seeing that one. So yeah, 3 guys with 2 machine guns for 20 points. I mean, it's nice, it's just opportunity cost. I'd much rather get the one with the AT for 30 points. And then we got Panzer Spedja. So what's that? Mechanized Recon, right? So this Spedja must mean Recon, something like that. So yeah, this is what's going to get there first, I suppose. Oh no, you've got actual airborne forward deployment in this div, so 1 card of that. I can't show you that other one. This is the one you want to see, but let's drag it out. So this is an Alouette Recon Helo, basically. I mean, I appreciate it's the American one, so it's good. It'll be like the American one, right? I like Recon Helos. Ground surveillance radar, smoke, 80, 6 availability. Sorry, 6 strength. Yes, we obviously need this. And then this thing, which is incredibly cool. It's incredibly cool. So APF SDS, ABCDFG rounds coming out of the M41 Donkey Kong 1. Very good optics, mediocre stealth. It's an AMX-10RC, right? That's what it is. I know it looks different, but it's got less pet on the gun, right? So it costs less. But yeah, 4 armor, like that's really cool. It's a shame you only get 1 card. So chances are I might have to come back and get rid of these guys because, you know, how much recon do you really need? So yeah, I might have to come back and get rid of these guys. Although this is kind of fighting well, you don't really want this in combat. It's ground surveillance radar. I appreciate at close range. It's kind of a weird squad the way because it wants to be at long range for the ground surveillance radar, but it's got smoke and an SMG. AA, so Eyehawks, yes please. Bofors, autoloader, autoloader Bofors. I think they might have changed these to make them less crap. Obviously, I'm only allowed to show you these Danish divisions, but like that looks a bit different to the way the Bofors look in the live game because it's not got an autoloader. The other ones don't have an autoloader. Is this actually good? I couldn't tell you. It's certainly going to be better than a Red Eye, but we definitely want at least 1 card of those at 2 vet for helicopters. And then, you know, we would try this. And like, is it worth upvetting? Is it worth upvetting? But it's auto-loaded, so the rate of fire won't actually go up. Although, I mean, it says it is going to do so. Oh, because the salvo... I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously in the first try I probably tried at 1 vet, and if I ran out, I'd get more. Helis, Fennec, Tow 2, Launcher, 6 HP is very important, actually, so that's good. It's a good piece of kit, because it can survive a man-pad hit, so it's very important to be 6 HP. You might want 2 cards. So here you go, the F-35 super cool jet with 3 banks of Hydras. The American, what's he called, DMF-CV or something? He's going to be like, no, the 6 banks on the A-10 are not 3 separate rocket banks, and so they don't reload simultaneously. It's not fair. And my only answer to that is, yeah, you're right, it's not fair. I mean, there's no counter-argument to that, you're just correct. Joke's on you for being put in the game first, basically. There's a lot of things like that. Yeah, so you get 6 of these if you want. Like, this is really good. 3 separate banks of rockets means you are going to die. 30% ECM with 8 HP is quite unique. It goes fast. Like, that's definitely cool. Then we've got some F-16s. So, there you go, the AIM-9 Nigma. That's a Dota 2 team. That's a Dota 2 team. Yeah, so it's like a Ligma, but with 4 HE instead of 5, and it's got less range and less accuracy, so it's not as good as the Ligma. And then this has got double Ligma, and then this has got the Ligma Improved, which is the one that comes in Lufty Landy. So it's got more accuracy than the regular Ligma, because I think it's got like a data link. Don't quote me on that. So yeah, this is actually, like, shotgun fighters were a mistake, frankly, but they're in the game, and we got to deal with them. And so, like, these are really not bad. So, the issue with this, right, so if both of these hit, the enemy dies in 1 hit, whereas if both of these hit, like, the fact that this is only 5 points more is really something. This should be 5 points less, but there you go. I mean, you've got the Eyehawks, but anyway, F-16AT with the G Maverick, which is fire and forget. So I think that's how the G is different to the ones which were already in the game. Although, when they're already fire and forget Mavericks in the game, maybe not, maybe not. Anyway, this has got the N as well. you've still got this problem where the ones with small bombs just have a crazy reload time, so that's a 5-minute reload time, so you don't want to bring that. This you definitely do want to bring, because that's big bombs. And 2 minutes reload for what is essentially 4,000 kilos of ordnance. And this is 5 minutes reload for what is 2,000 kilos of ordnance. So, yeah. And then this is on 2 banks, so you probably want to bring that, otherwise it's so expensive. That's very expensive. Blimey, that's very expensive. But yeah, you definitely want this. And you probably want this. So there you go, air spam deck. And if you want more of a ground-based deck, you would get rid of this one most likely. Right? And then you could get some more Leopard 1 DKs, which is not a bad idea. And so that's the deck build for that one. If you want to see the next one, it will be in the description. It will come out 12 hours after this one, or if you're a channel member, you can watch it as soon as the NDA drops, not a moment before. So I hope you have a lovely day. I like money.